This is the #1 ultimate dribble tutorial on all of YouTube. After fully watching this video, you'll have the best dribble moves, know how to do the best crossover in the game, LT cancel out of any move and get unlimited threes, spam the misdirection behind the back, spam the snatch back and forth all game, do the glitchiest spin in the entire game, and much more. After fully watching this video, you will become an actual dribble god. I heard that the next 3 people to subscribe to my channel will learn these dribble moves so easily. There's a lot of difficult dribble tutorials out there, so lock in, sub up, make this a lot easier for yourself. Oh yeah, and we're on the road to 800K. First, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Underdog Fantasy. It's so simple. First, you pick a sport, then you pick the players, then you pick whether they'll go higher or lower on their numbers for that day. The more picks you get right, the more money you make. And if you use my code SOLO, you'll get a half a point special like this Jason Tatum one for tonight. You'll also get a deposit bonus of up to $100. Remember, you have to use code SOLO and be sure to play responsibly. What's up, guys? It's a little background video. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on a whole intro explaining everything. Y'all know what you clicked in this video for. I'm going to show you all the best drill moves for every single build. So, you know, whether you're 6'2" or whether you're 6'8", I got you in this video. And then I'm going to show you literally all of my moves and how to do them at the end of the video. So the first thing, you guys want to press start, go over to options, go to controller settings. I just want to go over this quick because I already know people are going to ask in the comments if I don't show it. There's not too much that's important when it comes to dribbling. You guys can copy this all down, but the main thing is right here, pro stick orientation. Make sure that this is on absolute. Also, pro stick function, I use default, but you could put it on dribble moves if when you dribble, you accidentally shoot a lot of the time. Like sometimes people will be dribbling, you know, you got to use your right stick. You can shoot with the right stick. So sometimes you accidentally be shooting a lot. So you could put this on dribble moves, but I wouldn't recommend it because I like to use my stick to dunk and to do layups. So if you keep it on default, you could do that. And if I scroll down here, you guys can see the rest, although it doesn't really have to do with dribbling. And since we're basically getting right into the dribble moves, make sure to sub up if you guys haven't already because I'm putting y'all on. So like I said before, depending on your height and your ball handle, you're not going to be able to get all of the dribble moves in the game. And for your dribble style, this is actually tied to speed with ball. It's the only dribble move in the game that's tied to speed with ball and not ball handle. If you can get it, the best dribble style in the game is going to be Kyrie Irving, but this is going to be for shorter guards and you need a 90+ speed of ball. So I'm talking like those 6'2" stage guards with pretty much no defense. Like those are really the only builds that are going to be getting this, or maybe also builds that sacrifice like a dunk or something. You don't got much finishing. On my short guards, I use Kyrie Irving, but on my taller guards, pretty much all my builds, let's be honest, a lot of people on this game use 6'6" builds or, you know, 6'7", 6'8", something like that. The one that I've been using a lot is Devin Booker. You need an 80+ speed of ball and you just got to be under 6'10", which pretty much everybody can, you know, get. If you can't get Devin Booker, one that's really good is Magic Johnson, but they did patch it this year. It was a lot better earlier on in the year. And also I heard Pro is pretty good. This one has no requirements. So if you're really tall, if you're like 6'10" or 6'11" and you're watching this video, then go ahead and put on Pro. I think LeBron James dribble style is also not terrible. Now we got the signature size up. On my short builds, I use Steve Francis. You need a 95+ ball handle and you got to be under 6'5". Now on my builds that are pretty much, you know, 6'6" or whatever, I use T-Mac signature size up, but if I can't get that, then I prefer to use De'Aaron Fox because this one has a lower requirement. It's only an 80+ ball handle. Regular breakdown combo doesn't really matter. On my short builds, I use Steve Francis, and on my taller builds, I use De'Aaron Fox. And I think my game just froze. What is going on right here? Yo, 2K. What's going on? My shit froze, bro. I can't, you can hear me flicking the sticks, bro. I can't do anything, bro. What is going on here? I can, bro. It's always something with this game. I'm gonna go through the rest of these dribble moves pretty fast. For aggressive breakdown combos, you're gonna want to put on John Morant. Pretty much everyone can get this. You just need a 75+ ball handle and you got to be under 6'10". This is what will allow you to do that glitchy spin that I showed you in the intro. One of the glitchiest moves in the entire game. On all of my builds, I use Kemba Walker escape moves. Now there's a big debate between Trae Young and Kemba Walker. It's pretty much the same thing though. Trae Young's harder to get, so a lot of y'all might not be able to get it. You need a 92+ ball handle. Kemba's easier to get at only an 86+ ball handle, and it's basically the same thing. And even if I can get Trae Young, like on this build, I could get it, but I'm just using Kemba Walker instead. I just prefer it a little bit better. If you guys can't get either of those, I recommend using Jimmy Butler escape moves. Combo moves doesn't matter at all. I have Jason Tatum equipped on all my builds. Now this is a huge one. Make sure that you have on John Wall crossover, and when we get into the dribble tutorial, I will explain how to do this like right away. It's gonna be one of the first moves I show you how to do because this is like an automatic bucket, especially if you're versing someone that's not very good at the game. Make make sure you have on John Wall crossover. It's at an 80 plus ball handle under 6'10". And I mean, if you can't get that, then I don't know what to tell you, because the rest of the crossovers aren't that great. Just throw something on. The best behind the back in the game is hands down Jamal Murray. You need an 83 plus ball handle, and you can get it on any build under 6'10". So on my short guards, on my tall guards, I use Jamal Murray. Everyone in the stage uses it. All the best players use Jamal Murray behind the back. Other ones that are pretty solid is, of course, going to be Steph Curry. This gives you the Curry slide. I mean, I don't think that's really that solid, but some people like the Curry slide. Tyrese Halliburton is not terrible. And then, I mean, I don't think Harden's awful, but really, you're going to want to use Jamal Murray. For spin, you're going to want to put on basic. This has been the best spin since like 2K19. For your hesitation, no matter what build you're on, whether you're 6'2", whether you're 6'8", or whatever, put on Ja Morant. And then we got the step back, and this is an important one because it depends how you dribble, which one you want to use. I have Curry, Luka, and John Wall purchased, and they're all really good. If you can get Steph Curry, so if you're on a really short guard, like 6'2" or whatever, you got a 92 plus ball handle, then use Steph Curry. But on my 6'6" and stuff, I use John Wall, which you get an 80 plus ball handle. Now, the point of putting on John Wall and Steph Curry is because the snatch back animation that you get out of it is really good, and I'll show you how to spam it and how to abuse it, you know, in the dribble tutorial. But with the Luka one, the snatch back's not good, but the actual step back is good. It creates a lot of space if you actually just want to do a step back and shoot off it, but I don't really play like that. Yeah, it's good. It would be nice to have, but the snatch back that you go with Curry or John Wall is much more worth it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that you guys have the dribble moves, it's time to show you how to score every single play and teach you how to dribble like a dribble god. You know what? Let's get a quick spin in. Let's get a quick spin in for the video. About to get like 100 VC or something like low. What did I just get, a watch? I already know people are going to say, how do I practice dribbling? First, you want to go to the Gatorade training facility. It's right here on the map if you guys are on next gen. If you're on current gen and you're still on that little boat, then you just want to go to the my court and practice dribbling. Once you're in here, go to the back door, and then you can reserve a private court. Once you're up here, you'll find a court with your name on it. You want to walk in here, and then it's going to tell you, once you walk on here, LB to equip ball. All right, bro. Now that everybody clicked off the video that doesn't actually want to be good at the game, we got the real grinders, the real people that genuinely want to improve and become a dribble god. First things first, make sure to sub up, because we only want grinders sub to this channel. But the first move I want to show you is the John Wall cross. And basically, if I do this and then bang, look at that. That's so fast. It's an easy bucket all the time. I know it looks simple. You're probably saying, Solo, what are you teaching us? Like, is that really something we need to learn? Yes, it is. It's so simple. You'll be dribbling and then bang, crossover. And sometimes if there's a defender right in front of you, you will bump into him and lose the ball. So you got to be careful. But once you learn how to get that edge on him, bang, you do the crossover into the paint, easy dunk or layup every time. I will be popping up a controller with arrows on the screen so you guys know, what to flick and stuff. But for this one, it's so easy. When you're running into the paint, you just want to flick the stick the opposite way. So if the ball's in my right hand, you flick the right stick to the left. It's that simple. And of course, you got to be running down. So flicking it to the right, bang. And of course, that's with the right stick. And again, make sure you have on John Wall crossover. I already went over all the dribble moves in the beginning of the video, so make sure you have on my sigs, or else your moves won't look like mine. Next up is the Devin Booker dribble style. Now, this is very simple. It's just across your body, right? You're just running across your body. So if the ball's in the right hand, you just want to run to the left. Make sure you're holding the sprint button. And this animation right here is with the Devin Booker dribble style. It's very similar to the Magic Johnson dribble style when that was OP. They patched it now, so Magic Johnson's not as good. But this is a very easy way to get fades. Like, say you're dribbling here, bang. I mean, a lot of people aren't guarding this. I'm just going to be honest. You have an open fade every time, or if you just want to combo out of it, or just maybe do a crossover or something, like there's a lot of options you could do. Something else I want to show you with the dribble style is if you just try to walk or even run, like I'll just try to run. Look, that's me sprinting. I'm holding the sprint button. That's me running, right? It's not fast. You don't get a speed boost. Now, if you're on a short guard and you have on the Kyrie Irving dribble style, you will get a speed boost from just running, right? But how you get the speed boost, and some of y'all will see me do it again. This is me trying to run. This is how you actually do it. It looks like that, right? Look, so much quicker, right? So much quicker. Now, you can't do this without knowing the method. The method that I do is with the Ja Morant hesitation. So if you guys don't know how to do a hesitation, you want to hold the sprint button and then flick the right stick to the right, since the ball is in my right hand. Now, if it's in the left, you're going to hold the right trigger or whatever, the sprint button, and flick to the left with the right stick. Whatever hand the ball's in, you want to flick the right stick that way. So the ball's in the left, I'm flicking the right stick to the left, and you just want to run right away. That's all it is. You want to cancel out of this animation right here. If you let it play out, it looks like that, you know, when you flick in that direction. But if you just run right away, now I have no adrenaline, but you guys get the gist. You just want to run right after you flick, and that's how you get the quick speed boost on the same ball hand side, just like that. Very simple. And you guys need to know that because, you know, for this, when I teach you this, like, it's very effective. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be running out of our drill moves looking like this, bro. We're going to be looking like a bot if we're running like this. Next up, you guys got to learn how to do the Jamal Murray behind the back, which is the best behind the back in the game. And I'll also teach you how to LT cancel with it, which is basically like I just did right there, stopping on a dime and doing the behind the back. I'll do it again right here. Bang. Like, that's an easy 3 all the time, and also teach you guys how to spam it back and forth like that. So for the beginners out there, we will pop up an arrow with the controller on the screen. So since the ball's in my right hand, we're gonna hold. Actually, I don't think. Yeah, you do have to hold the sprint button. Okay, hold the sprint button. Some of this stuff's just second nature to me, so I actually got to think about it for a second. Hold the sprint button. Since the ball's in my right hand, we're gonna flick down left. You guys can see the arrow on the screen. It's not straight over to the left. It's not straight down, but it's somewhere in the middle. Bang, you're gonna get that. And then you gotta wait a second, and it'll let you do it back the other way. If you try and do it right away, it won't let you spam it. But again, there is a way to spam it, which I'm about to put y'all on to. And the way to spam it is with that hezzy that I taught y'all. Y'all know right here, like this. If you let the animation play out, it looks like that. Again, you're holding the trigger or whatever, the sprint button, and you're flicking your right stick in the direction that the ball's in. So I'm flicking left with the right stick right there. So when you do the behind the back, you want to flick left right there, right? You see I'm doing the hesitation, but I'm going to cancel out of it and do the behind the back right away. So basically, I flick the stick twice, low key, because I'm doing the hesitation right after it. So I'm flicking the right stick to the left pretty much twice. One time to do the behind the back, then another to do the hesitation, then we're going right back to the right. And you know what I'm saying? It looks just like that. Very easy once you get it down, but I don't know, maybe it's a little tough for y'all, you know, at the beginning. You could spam it as many times as you want to once you get it, you know, down for real. If any of y'all have any questions on these dribble moves, I'll try to answer as many as I can in the comments. I know dribble tutorials can be frustrating. I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for y'all. Once again, make sure to sub it. We're on the road to 800K. Now we have the LT cancel, which is one of the toughest moves in the entire game to learn. You can, you know, dribble like this, going left and right, just like that, canceling out of your moves basically. And then also with the Jamal Murray, you can do that, or you can also LT cancel the snatch back just like this. And it's just, you gotta learn it, bro. If you want to be one of the best dribblers, you gotta learn how to LT cancel, which is essentially, again, stopping on a dime and just doing a dribble move. So if you guys are on PlayStation, it's L2, and for Xbox, it's LT, the trigger, right? So I'm gonna be running left, right? I'm gonna run left, and I'm gonna do behind the back. But if I'm just regularly running, it'll look like this, right? It's very slow. It's very slow. I'm running. You got to stop and do it. But if you do the LT cancel, you stop on a dime. It's a lot quicker. And so how to do it is you're going to run right before you do the behind the back, right? Right before you do the Jamal Murray, you want to hold the left trigger and then let go of it. It's a split second, and timing is literally everything with this move. Again, you're going to mess it up most likely on your first try, although the behind the back is the easiest to learn. Like once I teach y'all, you know, this LT cancel right here, that timing is the toughest to learn, in my opinion. That you're probably gonna mess that up on your first try, but the behind the back is a lot easier. Basically, you just want to hold the left trigger right before you do the behind the back, and you want to let go. Hold, do the behind the back, let go of left trigger. Right after you do the behind the back, that's when you let go of the left trigger or LT. Okay, so you hold behind the back, let go. It's literally a very quick movement. It's really within milliseconds, so it might take you a few tries, but once you get it down, it is so worth it. It's an easy kill every time. I mean, look at the space that it creates. It's crazy. And the move that I always do basically before I do the behind the back to run in that direction, and you guys, you know, see it right here, I can LT cancel out of it, and you know, this is basically the Kemba Walker escape, or some of y'all might be using Trae Young. It's pretty much the same thing. And how you do this, if you don't know how to do it, it's a very beginner move, so some of y'all probably already know, is you just want to hold the right trigger and then flick up. So the ball's in my right hand, so I'm going to flick top left with the right stick, and then you just run pretty much right after. I ran a little too late right there. You want to flick up and just run right away, just like that. So whichever way you want to go, you're flicking up and in that direction. So it's not straight up, it's not straight to the left or the right, but it's kind of somewhere in the middle. Now this is what's really tough. This took me like honestly days, maybe even a couple weeks to learn. Like I had to give up trying how to learn it at first because it was so tough to get down. And that's going to be the LT cancel with the Kemba escape or the Trae Young. So once we're running in that direction, right, just like this, You want to do the LT and then go back the other way. It's a lot of different movements. If you're a beginner at the game, it's going to be very tough to do because you don't only have to do the Kemba one way, right? And then you got to hold left trigger or L2, do the Kemba back the other way, then let go of the left trigger L2. It's a lot of movements, but once you slow it down, it makes a lot more sense. So we're going to run left, hold LT, do the Kemba, then let go of LT. That's how I do it. It's honestly, at this point, it's second nature to me. But at first, bro, it takes a lot of thinking. You really got to lock in. It's very tough to do. I'm telling y'all, this might be the toughest thing to learn in the entire game. Even this move right here. Hold on. Right here, which looks crazy. That's easier, I think, to learn than, you know, the LT cancel. LT cancel is really tough to learn, but once you get it, it's so worth it. And what messed me up when I was trying to learn it was like the LT thing, the L2. How long do I hold it? When do I hold it? Again, I'll say it one more time. When you're running, hold LT, do the move, right? So you could even practice it by holding LT, do the escape back the other way. You might get stuck in a post up like this when you hold LT for too long, but that's what the timing's about, because once you get it down, you're not going to be in that post up. It's just a split. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a split thing. You're going to be going the other way right away. So yeah, do it, hold LT, then do the move, then let go of LT, and then you run in that other direction. Next up, we have the snatch back. Again, I have on John Wall on this build. Steph Curry's also very good, and it looks just like this right here. And how to do this is very simple. I'm not even gonna pop the controller on the screen. It's just hold the sprint button, which is the right trigger, R2 I believe on PlayStation, and then flick down on the right stick. That's all it is. Literally just flick down. This is how I get a ton of threes. You can also LT cancel with it. So right before you do it, you want to hold left trigger, let go. I messed it up right there. That was the slow version. That's the LT cancel right there that y'all just saw right here. Ready? I'm gonna go bang. You're stopping on a dime, snatching back, easy three, just like that. So yeah, again, it's all about timing. It might take you a few tries, but hold LT, do the move, then let go of left trigger or L2 right after you do the move you want to do, which in this case is the snatch back. So we're gonna run, hold LT for a split second, you know, flick down on the right stick, then let go of LT pretty much right after you flick down. And also, if you guys do this and you try to run out of it, look, again, it's going to give you a slow run out. So what you want to do is the hesitation I taught y'all earlier. Again, if it's on the right hand, you know what I'm saying, the ball's in the right, you flick to the right with the right stick. And if you let it play out, it looks like that. If it's in the left, you flick to the left with the right stick. It'll play out like that. But you don't want it to play out. You want to cancel the animation. You want to run right away. So we're going to snatch, flick right, run, snatch, and then right after you flick in the way you want to run. So right here, I'm going to snatch and I'm going to run right. So I'm flicking right, running, flicking right, or flicking left in that case, running, flicking right, running, flicking left, running. So we're holding the sprint button. We're going to flick down, then we're going to flick left, and we're going to run. It is that simple. That's how you do this. And then once you really get that timing down, you sprinkle in the LT cancel, which this is a move that I do a lot. And to be honest, not a lot of people do it, but I kill people when I do this move in game, bro. Like, they are so lost. Look, you want to run LT cancel, you can spam it, bro. They never know which way you're going. It's a kill move. I mean, if you do it too much, they'll kind of catch on. But if you do this like 3 times, look, bang, and then over here, bang, and then bang, easy three right here, bro. Like, they're lost. And again, you know, you want to hold left trigger right before you do the move, then you do the move, then you let go of the left trigger. Again, if you want to, you know, just stand still and try to get it down, you'll be in this post up animation. But once you get the timing down, it's LT down, let go of LT after you flick down for the snatch back. I want to put this one move in the video, although I don't do it, and that's going to be the step back, just like this. I know a lot of people like it. It's a very easy beginner move, so maybe I should have put this at the beginning, but I really didn't want to put it at the beginning because I don't do it. But it is going to be this little step back. If you guys played in 2K20, it's kind of known as like the AI step back. I think you need on like an Allen Iverson sig in order to get it. I think it's tied to the John Wall escape. I'm not 100% sure, but with that, you guys can see this hop back we get, and all it is flicking down on the right stick. You don't want to hold the sprint button though for this one. If you hold the sprint button, you're gonna get the snatch back. But if you just hold nothing and literally you're holding nothing on your controller, just flicking down on the right stick, that is how you do this step back. And you know, if you're running in, bang, do the step back, easy 3. So, I mean, I don't do it, but I know a lot of people do, so I wanted to teach you how to do it. Next up, we have a move that I think is very cool. It's very nice to throw in, and that is going to be the misdirection behind the back. Now, I normally don't spam it too much unless I'm like up 20-0 and I'm just trying to show off or something. But what it looks like, you know, if you're going to do it once or twice is, you know, this. It's not as good as it was in like 2K22. I used to do it a lot in 2K22. It was way better, but, you know, it looks just like that when you do it. And you could even get this animation, hold on, right here if you do it slightly differently, although I don't do this. And then if you do the LeBron or whatever, the AI step back right after it, it's kind of a kill, you know what I'm saying? It gets kind of glitchy. And so how to do this, we are going to need the arrows on the screen because it's going to be a little complicated if I'm just explaining it, you know, with my voice. So first step, you want to hold the sprint button. So right trigger, R2 if you're on PlayStation, hold the sprint button down. Now the ball's in my right hand, so if you guys are practicing this while you're watching, put the ball in your right hand. So the first step, both sticks are gonna have to go in opposite directions, right? So the right stick is gonna go down left, like we're doing it behind the back. You know what I'm saying? Behind the back, just like that. That's the direction the right stick wants to go. The left stick is gonna go directly over to the right. It's gonna go straight over to the right, and you flick them at the same exact time while holding this sprint button. So think about the behind the back, right? The ball's in my left hand now, so we're going the other way. We're gonna wanna do it behind the back with the right stick. It's that simple, right? We're doing it behind the back with the right stick, and then with the left stick, we just wanna go the other way. So since the right stick's gonna go to the right, again, just like that, the left stick is gonna go to the left, and you flick it at the exact same time, just like that. And once you get the timing down, you know, by itself, you can just spam it back and forth. But again, I mean, I've been doing this move for 2-3 years now, so I got it down crazy good. Y'all are not going to get this down on the first try. And then if you want to do it in front of you, like you guys see how my player's doing it behind his back, right? That's why I call it the misdirection behind the back. If you want to do it in front of you and not behind the back, all you do, the left stick's going to do the same thing I was just explaining, but the right stick, instead of going downward, is going to go upward. So not straight up, because up would do that, but up like I'm doing the escape that I taught you earlier. Up like I'm doing the escape. Matter of fact, I'll just pop the arrows up on the screen. I don't really do this move, but so since the ball's in my left hand, the right stick is going to go to the top right, and the left stick is going to go directly to the left, and it'll look just like that. And then if you want to do the other way, you know, just flip the sticks, and you guys know what I'm saying, bro. I don't want to spend too much time on that move though, because I mean, I don't really do this, but it can get kind of glitchy. And these are just some moves that I sprinkle in to my combos. And now we have the move that a lot of y'all have probably been waiting for, and that is going to be one of the glitchiest moves in the entire game, and it is that glitchy spin that I just showed y'all. It's a very tough move to do. You're kind of canceling out of an animation, and you know, once you get that down, you can start figuring out what the best combos are out of it. Like I'm still learning, because you know, hold on, you do the move just like this, or hold on, I'm dead on stamina, so it's kind of messed up. You do it like this, and then it's like, now what? Do you just start running? Like, I don't know. I'll put you onto some combos that I figured out are good right after you do it. First things first, you want on the Ja Morant aggressive breakdown combos. That is what triggers this. If you hold the right trigger or the sprint button, R2 on PlayStation, and flick up on the right stick, that's step one. It'll play out this whole animation. It looks like that. You don't want it to, you know, play out fully. Basically, what you want to do is you're going to cancel out of it. So look, I shouldn't have done that. I mean, that didn't teach you guys anything, right? You flick up, and I'm going to pause the video when the ball is right here. That is when you want to cancel out of the dribble move, and I'll explain to you how to do that. But just know that point, right? Just remember right here. That is as far into the dribble move as you want to let it play out. And so, okay, so now you know, once it's there, the left stick, you want to bring it down left. So I'll pop an arrow up on the screen. Left stick is going to go down left. And again, this is only if the ball is starting in my left hand, and the, you know, it's going to go right there, right? That's when you want to go down left with the left stick. And right after you do that, you also flick up again to do the Ja Morant, you know, this move. Again, you want to do it twice, but only when that ball is in that spot that I showed you. That is when you cancel out of it. So I'm going to do the move by flicking up on the right stick and holding the right trigger, holding the sprint button. And once it gets like 1 to 2 seconds into the dribble move, that is when the left stick goes down left, and then you trigger the Ja Morant again. You flick up a second time, right? So we're going to do it. Left stick's going down, and then I do the Ja Morant again. I flick up again to, you know, get the glitchy spin, basically cancel out, do whatever, the 360. And if the ball's starting in my right hand, once it gets to this point right here, and of course, I'm going to pause it for y'all so that you can really learn what point you want to, do it. The left stick is going to go down right this time. Okay. So the way that I learned it, if the ball's on my left, I want to run away. Right. And if you don't even trigger the jaw a second time, the jaw Morant, you could just practice this, getting this little run out. Just like this, because you're running the other way. So the dribble move's gonna make me go to the right. We're gonna run left with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that I kind of remember it. So if I see my player going that way, okay, we want to run the other way, right? Since the ball's starting in my right hand, I know it's going to make me go left. Okay, I want to run to the right. So my stick's going to go down right. And right as you pull that stick down to run away, you want to trigger the Ja Morant again. So you want to flick up a second time, just like that. And so once y'all do this, you can really do any move out of it. You could do, a snatch back, maybe some misdirections. There's not a lot of really effective things to do out of the Ja Morant glitchy spin. It's not the most effective thing, but it's one of the glitchiest things you can do. Like you guys see, I just did the LT or whatever, L2, LT, whatever you want to call it, cancel into the Jamal Murray, which that is one of the, go-to moves. I taught you how to do the Jamal Murray with the LT cancel earlier. That move is going to be your best friend. I'm telling you, you can win an entire game by just doing the John Wall. So first you want to do that same ball hand speed boost that I taught you with the hezzy, just like this. And then John Wall crossover, bang, easy bucket. It's so easy. I'm telling y'all, look, bang, bang, John Wall into the paint. And this is called a push cross, by the way. You want to flick, take one step, and then John Wall crossover into the paint. A lot of people do it. It's very effective. You're going to score on that if you do that for the first time and the defender hasn't seen it. Now, what you could do the second time, though, this is what I love to do. Instead of doing the crossover into the paint, we're going to do the LT cancel with the Jamal Murray behind the back. So look, if they think we're going to do this and do the John Wall into the paint, no, we're actually not. It's going to look very similar, but what we're going to do is we're going to do that same ball speed boost. So it looks like we're about to do it. And then bang, Jamal Murray. Okay, so that's a very simple little 1-2. First play you hit him with the crossover into the paint like that. Second play you run that way, but instead of doing the crossover, Jamal Murray back up top, easy three. And again, when I'm dribbling, it looks really nothing like I'm teaching y'all. I'm teaching y'all how to do the moves by themselves, right? I'm teaching y'all how to do all of these moves by themselves. The way that I'm doing, I just figured out how to combo them all together, and that's kind of tough to teach you because I don't do like set combos all the time. Sometimes I'm just on the fly, just stringing shit together, you know what I'm saying, as I go. That's kind of what y'all gotta practice. Y'all gotta get in the Gatorade gym, get in whatever court you can get on to practice, and start figuring out your combos. I'll tell you a couple of them. Like I'll do the snatch back into the behind the back. That's an easy kill move. You can also do the double behind the back, which I taught y'all how to do earlier. That's another one. Or just the beginning of the escape. So like the Kemba escape, that's how you do this. You're flicking top left or top right, depending on which way you want to go with the right stick, and then you do the behind the back right after it. That's another easy one. Or you could even take some steps with it like this and then do the Jamal Murray with the LT cancel. That's very effective. Also, I'll do the snatch back, then a misdirection. So I'll do a snatch back, then a misdirection, then kind of just, I don't know, dribble out of it or whatever. But yeah, snatch back into either a behind the back or a misdirection. Hold on, I'm gonna do it one more time. Right here is very effective, I feel like. Or maybe not effective, but it's a way that I start a lot of my, combos. Like, you see what I'm saying, bro? If you slow the video down or you really look at the moves I'm doing, these are all the moves that I taught you. It's just I'm stringing them together because I've been practicing for so long, and that's why y'all gotta get into my court and practice comboing them up. Take one of the moves I showed you. Let's say take the Jamal Murray behind the back, and then you can do a snatch back right after, or you take the Jamal Murray behind the back and then do a misdirection behind the back. Like you can literally take any of the moves I taught you how to do and just start stringing them together. Like I'm doing all of them. I taught y'all how to do everything. Now it's just a matter of getting in the gym, getting in those reps, getting on the court, and practicing your combos. Again, like I said, bro, we want real grinders sub up to this channel. So sub up if you guys are still watching. We're on the way to 100K. I'm helping y'all out as much as I can, bro. Okay, now that we got only the real ones still watching the video, if you're a real fan of the NBA, then subscribe to my new channel, Solo Hoops. I'll put a link in the description. It should be popping up on your screen right now. I post NBA videos on there every day, not 2K, actual NBA content.